Hello and welcome back to Bannerlord and our Crusade Carnate playthrough. So, yeah, if you've seen the Bandit episode, the first Bandit episode, then you'll know that I've actually done a little bit of changing in regards to what kind of mods I'm actually using now. And the most amazing one that I have installed recently is called Bannerlord Tweaks. I personally feel like it is probably a really almost essential mod at this point, because what it does is it allows you to customize every single portion of the game to your liking, and you can also well, basically use it for a wide variety of different things as well. So for example, right now, as you can see, I've actually done a huge amount of smithing at the moment, because the smithing at the moment is going to be giving me well, as you could see, a massive amount of different parts. And bear in mind that the improved smithing mod that I have installed, as well as Bannerlord Tweaks, does make it possible for you to do this kind of thing, where you can actually have 10 hardwood and you can convert that into 24 charcoal. Same thing with 4 charcoal, 15 crude iron, 4 charcoal and 30 wrought iron, and so on and so forth. So I haven't really been doing anything but this. Just this. This is literally all I've been doing. Just clicking, and it's done. There you go. Finally. And look at this. Look at how many smithing parts I'm unlocking. And literally, I will be then able to just go, okay, let's just randomize a little bit. Look at this cool hilt right here. That is a pretty cool looking thing. It's actually a pommel, not a hilt. But yeah. Anyway, that is, in my opinion, really fun. Unfortunately, it is going to take a very long time for me to be able to unlock all of these various things here, which is kind of a shame. But, well, we are able to make a whole bunch of other things as well, which is really cool. But, yeah, you can make a polearm right here. If I wanted to, I could actually make my own polearm. That might be quite fun, right? So, shall we actually try and build something like that? That's the thing. Don't know whether I'm really going to be getting anything good here, because I am going to need to use a slashing weapon. Something like this would probably be pretty good, because everything else is most likely going to give me thrusting damage in a polearm. I don't seem to be able to see. Yeah, long glaive head. This is the thing that I'm thinking about trying to find. It seems really good to me. And maybe if I can find it somewhere, then that would be quite fun. Let's see, what else can I actually put on here? I mean, I can't make this weapon, but I could take a look at the stats and see what's going on with it. So let's have a look. Okay, so I think I'll probably use the decorative spear brace. Actually, wait a minute. We have some blunt wings right here, which might actually make it a little bit better. And look at how many shafts we've unlocked. It's pretty amazing. Look at that. You can actually have a decorative one with all these little pieces on it as well, little ball bearings, I guess you could call them. But yeah, anyway, it's really amazing how much variety you actually have here. And this actually improves the reach as well. As you can see, this is now a 248 reach weapon. I can actually make this longer as well if I want to too, which is just crazy. And then, of course, we do have a pommel at the very end. If I can take a look at it, there we go. Wow, yeah, very long shaft, isn't it? Okay, so yeah, that's basically what I could create. Unfortunately, I can't do that right now because I, of course, do not have a long glaive head. I'd like to be able to get that at some point. But maybe I can make this. Yes, I can actually make this right now. I have every other part. So technically, I can make something that is 210 reach, and we'll see how it goes. So let's actually create this. I don't know what I'm going to call it. We're going to call it the Charmer, because that's exactly what Byron is, or shall we call it the Friendly? Because the Friendly is a weapon that, you know, cleaves through your entire army if you're the opponent. That would be kind of funny. But anyway, yeah, swing. Oh my, the swing speed is terrible. Look at this. Wow, okay, yeah, this is not gonna, let's just say that it's not really gonna go well, is it? It's not really gonna go well. So, anyway, let's go over to our inventory right here. I have gotten rid of all my weapons, thankfully, but as you can see, the swing damage and the swing speed are absolutely awful. And that is to be expected, of course, because I really did not have a very good smithing skill, and to create this, you need about 150 or something like that. So, unfortunately, that is not going to be used by me at all, I think. It's probably not going to be the best idea ever. But this is where I currently am as well, by the way. We are going to continue doing some damage against, let me have a look here. Yeah, against, whoa, we're actually at war against more people. Okay, well, yeah, I guess we're going to go over there and maybe, didn't really want to raid any villages, but I would like to go and... Oh, hello there, Bidal. Bidal has been taken prisoner. It seems like I do want to go and maybe rescue him. Odrisa, ah yes. So Odrisa is actually a castle that was just taken. I'm hopeful that we will be able to get there relatively quickly. There it is. Ooh, yeah, it's actually quite far away, but it is nearby to a whole bunch of enemy territory, so I'm going to rush over there as soon as I possibly can. I did do a little bit of recruiting here as well. I'm actually going to recruit some more people along the way. Don't really want these footmen or anything like that, but I will take everything else. And there we go. I want to try and have a pretty large army if I can going forward. Oh, hello there. Hello there. You cannot escape, Byron. Yes, there we go. He's never escaping Byron, let's just say that. Byron is, let's just say, you know, the truth. He is literally a personification of Sonic the Hedgehog, or some other fast character. You know, the Flash, or, I don't know, Quicksilver, dependent on which cinematic universe you prefer. But anyway, we are going to make our people just hold position for the most part first, because we're actually up against a vassal that might give us some problems, because he does have, no, he's just got a whole bunch of spearmen, but I think we should be alright here. Now, oh yeah, look at that. That is a really, oh, look at that. Oh, we actually hit someone from there? 123 meters away? I hit someone's leg, which was not exactly great, but, you know, hitting someone from that distance away has got to be a record, at least for me, at the moment. So that's pretty nice. Oh yeah, I have increased the visibility of our arrow path. So basically, now you can hopefully see where the animation, I was going to say, yeah, hopefully you could see where the trail is going to now head to instead of before when you couldn't. So hopefully that's going to help out both me and you, because obviously I do have a couple of issues seeing those things, so it's going to be quite nice to have a little bit of extra information. Oh, nice headshot. Nice headshot right there. Oh, I'm actually doing much better this time. It seems like knowing where the trail goes is actually quite good. And I would recommend doing this if you are someone that is not particularly good at archery, just to train yourself up a little bit, just to see exactly what kind of trail you're going to be getting most of the time. And then you can obviously reduce it in time if you want to, or you can just keep it the way it is. Personally, I feel like I'm probably going to keep it the way it is, just because it is a lot easier for you to see on smaller screens. I know that a couple of people did mention in the comments that they have a difficult time seeing the arrows when they're watching on mobile. So I apologize for that. I did not realize that that was indeed the case at the time. So definitely going to keep those on for the most part. Oh, I love this weapon. I really do. I absolutely love this weapon. It is so incredibly fun to use. And hopefully I will be able to eliminate these guys. Ah, yeah, well, that guy's probably going to end up escaping maybe. But yeah, leveling up our polearms at a pretty decent rate. And as I said before, the Bannerlord Tweaks mod, that has replaced my other experience booster mod. So I will no longer be using the other one, and I will be using the Bannerlord Tweaks one instead, because I personally feel like I probably didn't customize the other experience multiplier mod accurately enough. And with the Bannerlord Tweaks mod, I've just basically left it on default settings, and that's it. I haven't really done anything else to it, so it will hopefully just do its own thing for me over time, and I won't have to worry about messing with any of the files or anything like that, because I don't want to mess it up and basically, or by mistake, give myself 100 times extra experience or something like that, because that's not really what I'm about. I would much prefer to have these situations where, it's just slightly more simple, shall we say, to gain experience and skills and things like that. I don't want it to be a huge grind like it was before installing any of these mods, but I don't want it to be too easy. I'd like a good middle ground between the two. Anyway, let's have a look and see if there's actually something good for us here. Wow, this is actually slightly better than what I was wearing, maybe? Simple short bow. I can't believe this is... What? I can't believe a simple short bow is potentially better than what I was wearing beforehand. Okay, well, let's see if Yana could potentially use this. Yes, this is much better for her. Very good. We will take the rest, and then we will move on. Okay, so we did let that guy go. Bear in mind that that guy is a bad personality. I could tell from his conversation options. Oh, it seems like Bedal has actually escaped. Well, that's pretty good. And it seems like we have now received... we've now received another baby. So I have no idea whether it is a girl or not. Maybe it's... No. It is a guy. All right, it is a guy. So I have no idea. I really have no idea. I know that a couple of people have given me suggestions in the comments, and I gotta say, I've forgotten them. I'm terribly sorry. I'm terribly sorry. That is just me. I generally tend to be very forgetful about these kinds of things. So, let me see now. I guess we could name this one after our brother Bruce, because obviously Bruce, if you've seen the Bandit series, the new Bandit series, then you will know that Bruce is Byron's younger brother. So it might make sense to call one of our children that, considering technically Bruce is then this Bruce's uncle, if you see what I mean. So it might get a little bit convoluted in due time, but anyway, seems like there's another person here that we might actually want to fight. That guy, what, Monchug? Do you see that? I'm not sure, not entirely sure whether you saw that or not, but Monchug, the leader of the faction, is running around with about 37 units. That's not particularly good, I gotta say. That's not particularly good, so hopefully he's gonna try recruiting some more people. And these guys are actually going to cause us a bit of trouble, so I might just switch to my glaive, because I kind of want to eliminate them as fast as possible. They're going to be quite difficult for us. Oh yes, dealing that extra damage to horses really does make a big difference, I think. It is making quite a big difference, because being able to get those riders off their mounts as soon as possible definitely makes a big difference. So I think that's pretty good, considering we're not really going to ever be on foot most of the time. Taking the other movement speed increase is probably not really necessary. Oh, I'm so sorry. Did I just hit one of you? Yes, I think I might have. Anyway, it's okay. We're actually fine. And let's just... there we go. Take him down. Take him down. There we go. Take out that guy as well. And maybe we can take out a couple of these as well. Oh, yeah, I'm not used to having such good riding skill. That's the thing. Because we have leveled up our riding skill quite a bit, and is making things very easy in terms of the speed that I'm able to gain. It's pretty crazy. Anyway, what we can also do is jump over everyone. Ah, yes. I love that. Yeah, that used to be a favorite of mine in Warband, being able to have a really fast horse and then jumping over people whenever you could. Okay, so we are at your mercenary. Ah, yes. Okay, so this guy is also not particularly a good personality. Technically, if I wanted to be as honorable as possible, what I could do is I could download this mod. I didn't download it, but I could download it. And basically, what it does is it removes the honor penalty to the player character when you execute well, it's basically dishonorable lords. So if you execute dishonorable lords with this mod, then you're not going to lose honor because technically they are dishonorable themselves and you are doing the honorable thing by taking them down. So technically, if I wanted to do some executions, then I could do it that way, and that would not reduce my honor rating at that point. So it might be something to consider, but as I have said before, Byron is probably not going to be following in his father's footsteps in that way. And here is a Karakurgit. Oh, there's Hurunag. Ah, cool. Yes, Hurunag. Okay, so yes, the best thing that we can do right now is just continue to fight these guys. Also, I think we're getting pretty close to me actually being able to create our own faction, which I think might very well be quite soon. Because if I can, I would like to be able to, as I said before, just have a relatively large army and then, well, then see what we can do about completing the Neretze's Folly quest. We do have to do a little bit of running around and a couple of errands here and there to be able to make that work. But for the most part, I think it should be pretty easy for us. And you don't have to do any of that busy work because there's actually a lot of traveling involved in those things. I will show the conversations, of course, in case you haven't seen that in the original Bannerlord series with Barney. If you haven't seen that, then obviously we will definitely show it on screen. But you won't see any of the traveling or anything like that because that's annoying, you know, it's very annoying. Anyway, there you go. We are done, pretty sure. I mean, obviously, these guys literally had like 19 units or something, so they are not going to be a very difficult enemy to eliminate. However, they are quite irritating when it comes to actually... Yes. They're actually pretty good at taking out my... Oh, nice. Nice hit. Nice hit, Byron. You did a very good job there, but unfortunately now I am in a bit of a pickle. But I would love to be able to recruit some more of those noble units. I did stop by most of the villages that we have marked, and unfortunately they don't seem to have any more nobles at the moment. We're going to have to wait a couple of days, maybe a little bit longer for them to replenish those, and then we'll head back and see if they have them again. And if they don't, then I'll just continue recruiting nomads, you know, that's perfectly fine. I don't mind that. Anyway, there you go. There's a victory for us. Very easy indeed. We just lost Khuzait nomads. Nothing really to worry about, and there we go. This guy is seemingly kind of good, I think. Anyway, we'll just take all of those, and we will be going to the nearby town very soon. Ooh, nice. Oh, I actually thought that was a warhorse for a second. No, that is not a warhorse. Okay, so is there anything else here that we can actually take? Yeah, some actually decent torso armor right there, but nothing as good as what we are currently wearing. So I will just take all the loot, and we will be going over here. Now, I am going to have to head into various other places to be able to do the Neretze's Folly quest, because obviously we do have the quest to talk to all the nobles, and talking to the nobles is kind of difficult at the moment because, well, we are in a situation where they're at war against us, most of them, which is actually going to be a bit tricky. So I guess we'll see what happens. But here we go. One of the best traits, in my opinion, from the tactics line. You can retreat from battles by leaving 50% fewer troops behind. I personally feel like that is invaluable. I feel like it is so incredibly good. All right. So we're going to continue onward, and as I say, I think I'll just recruit a couple more people in and around the area here. As you can see, this guy is willing... Wow. He's willing to let us have all of this. Very surprising. All right. Well, I'll just take raiders and the horse archers and the tribal warriors. I won't be taking anything else. And we'll just continue to recruit people. If I get about 100 and... maybe about 120, I should pretty much have what I need to maybe start our own faction at that point, because I think that most of these castles that are being taken in and around this area are going to be not very well defended, but we'll see, because it might very well be that they are going to cause us some problems. Hello there. Ah, that's an Azarai defector by the looks of things. Seems like they have a lot of They have a lot of mercenaries in the Empire at the moment, and I'm not a big fan of that, I gotta say. We're gonna go and attack the 68 from the Karakurjit, even though... not entirely sure if I want to do that. Is he heading into the town? Yep, he's heading into the town. Alright. I guess we'll just leave him to it then. And we will try and find someone else. Now what do we have here? It looks as though we have something, a bit of a problem. Bit of a problem here. Alright, so we've got Oros and his army versus Hurunag's army. And as you can see, Hurunag is not doing very well. So I would like to try and see if I can help him. Right. Well, our current power is not exactly great, but bear in mind that I am going to be able to run literal rings around the opponent if they don't have a huge amount of cavalry, and that's the problem. Now, I do need to speak to Pharaon, actually. If I can speak to Pharaon, then he will give us an increased step in the Neretz's quest. So it would be quite good for us to defeat him, at the very least, maybe just to be able to make him run away, so that we might be able to do something about that, you know, get another step on that quest, and then I think we can pretty much choose who we want to speak to at that point. We might be able to go to Azerai territory. Azerai might very well have someone that is not currently at war against us, and we might be able to do something about it, but yeah, I'm not entirely sure just yet. We'll see. We'll see how that goes. Now, I am going to be a very, very careful person here. Don't really want to get hit in the face by a number of enemy spearmen. That would be pretty bad. But I do want to head in here and see if I can... there we go. Come on. I was hopeful that I might be able to do a little bit more damage than that. But no such luck. It seems like, yeah, wow, these guys actually do have quite a few horse archers from the Azerai, I think. It might be an Azerai defector or something. That might be a problem. So, yes, it seems like they do have some of those. Or it might be just a mercenary band from Azerai itself, which might be making things a bit tricky for us. But if we can continue to run rings around them, as I said before, we might very well have a pretty easy time of things, but I don't really know as yet whether that will work out in our favor. Can I? Yep, there we go. Thank you very much. Okay, so problematic thing, by the way, that happened just before the battle. I was just about to gain an additional skill point in riding skill. I actually had 174, I believe, and I wanted to get 175 for the additional riding trait, but unfortunately I just couldn't make it work before I had to go in against this guy. I can only imagine how much relation I'm going to be getting for saving the fellow from certain doom, basically. I mean, it is pretty much certain doom, right? I would expect it to be certain doom, but maybe he doesn't mind, you know, maybe he doesn't mind at all. So, yeah, we've got to be a bit careful here. Maybe we want to retreat, you know? Maybe there's a little bit of retreating action that might need to be done. Let me actually just take a quick look here. Okay, so I'd like to scroll down if at all possible. Okay, so how are we doing here? I've lost 5 units so far as I run into a tree. Alright, so me losing 5 units, not a big deal. Ooh, nice. I thought I actually did some damage there, but apparently I didn't. Nice. Okay, good. The more that we can do these kinds of attacks, the better, because being able to reduce the insane amount of damage that our units are taking right now, that would be good. The angles. The angles make it a bit difficult for me at this point. There we go. Azerai. Yes, so many Azerai units around here. I've got to be very careful about my horse as well, because if my horse takes a little bit of extra damage, I'm going to be dead, and then we're going to be in a situation... Oh, dear. We're going to be in a situation where I might very well end up dying. I would like to get on that mount, if at all possible, so let me see if I can do that. No, come on. Get back here, horsey. I need your assistance, please. Oh, no. Okay. Oh, well, this guy's going to die. Thank you. This is hilarious. I'm trying to find the horse, and there's one over there. Oh, there's one next to a tree. Yes. Oh, maybe I can ride this. Yes, Imperial Charger. Oh, how insulting for them. I'm riding their own horse against them. Very good indeed. I like it. Okay, so that's... Oh, this is a very slow mount. Okay. Not a big fan of... Exactly. Not a big fan of this, gotta say. Took 21, no, I took 31 piercing damage to the leg. What a pathetic way to die. A little bit of damage to the leg. Surely that never killed anyone, Byron? Surely? Of course, of course. Anyway, we're doing alright. We've got 55 remaining. But we are now taking a couple of casualties here and there. I am still getting tactics skill, hilariously enough. Still getting tactics skill. What I would like to do is retreat at this point, but because I have taken significant damage, considering I don't have a medic companion at the moment, and by the way, I have seen your comments regarding that, I will be attempting to get a medic companion as soon as possible, because let's face it, you need one. You know, you need one to hopefully help you out a little bit here and there. How many enemies are still remaining, actually? 35, and we've got 50. Bear in mind that we were outnumbered initially, so we might very well have some problems. I don't know whether all of our forces are out of ammunition yet. It seems like most of them aren't. It seems like they still have arrows, which is kind of crazy to think at this point. It's been such a massive battle that I really can't believe they still have arrows to use, but seems like they do. Alright, 19, 17, 16. Yeah, look at that. We're actually continuing to do damage. And this is also the reason why I personally feel like Crusade actually are extremely strong in field battles. They might not be strong in sieges, but in field battles they are basically, I wouldn't say unstoppable, but I would definitely say that they are very difficult to deal with. Because how are you going to stop this? How are you going to stop this huge amount of horse archers? I don't know. Personally, I really don't know. The only way that I think would be possible is with a bunch of very accurate archers protected by spearmen in some way to deal with the various lancers that the Crusade enemy might have in their army. Because, of course, they're not all going to have units that are literally solely horse archers. You know, they're not going to be as crazily single-minded like I am, where I'm basically just wanting to use horse archers only. They're going to have some lancers as well, and so those spearmen are going to come in handy in those situations. But personally, I feel like some fast-firing archers would probably be a decent counter to the horse archers, but I don't really know. I haven't done any testing on that. And we haven't really been up against anyone that has decent enough archers to really give us any kind of problem, because most of the time they will not be in that much of a critical mass situation. So their critical mass is going to be so incredibly small, especially in that kind of unit, it's just not going to give us anything. So, you know, it's not going to test us at all. It's just going to, you know, give us, well, less of those particular units to kill. But there you go. We actually did okay, is that it? I didn't get any relation from him. Okay, kind of sad, but there you go. Thank you. I must remain your enemy, but I am grateful nonetheless. Look at his face. He was just like, he was super perplexed, wasn't he? All right, so we're just going to let this guy go as well. He does, well, he is bad personality, as you can see from what he said. This actually gives me a good opportunity to kind of give examples of good personalities versus bad personalities. So Oros, he's a bad personality, as you can see right there, but getting some relation increases in these kinds of situations definitely very, very useful for us. And we're just going to take as many prisoners as I can get my hands on. And oh yeah, give me all these war horses. That is exactly what I want. I want those so badly to be able to upgrade my units. And well, this might actually be, we might have a chance to get a good helm. No, it doesn't seem like it. What about here? No. All right, so we'll just take everything. Let's have a look. Anything else can be upgraded? Yeah, okay, wow, everything can be upgraded for me. Apparently the bow can be upgraded. Are they going to give me the simple short bow perhaps? Let's actually see what the auto mod does. Yeah, they give me the simple short bow. Okay, I guess I'll try it out. Why not? We'll try it out a little bit. Bear in mind as well that they did swap out my glaive, so I will be having to equip that again. But that is absolutely fine. Not a problem. Personally, feel like it's a small price to pay to be able to use such an amazing, fun weapon. Anyway, let's make my way back. Oh, we gained some leadership? How do we gain leadership at that point? I have no idea. Okay, so how many do they actually have here? They have 188. Now, that's the thing. What we've got to do is, as we get closer to completing the Neretz's quest, we have to be aware of the various castles in the area that have been recently taken. That is going to be our best shot at getting our own faction up and running. Technically, what you could do, and I don't know whether... I'm not entirely sure why this would be prevented in the current base game of Bannerlord, but basically if you give the Dragon Banner to someone, so let's say that you want to become a vassal or something, and you... Actually, wait a minute. You wouldn't really... that's the thing. I'm a bit confused about this whole Dragon Banner business, because on the one hand, if you give the Dragon Banner to a leader of a particular faction, then that's it. The Dragon Banner is gone. You can use the console, of course. You can use the developer console to be able to do whatever you want to do, so create your own faction after you've given the Dragon Banner to someone else. So, you know, if, for example, your faction dies... like Sturgia, for example, you know, then it would not be so bad, because then you can create your own faction after that. But I'm not entirely sure what the base game wants us to do at that point, because if you give the Dragon Banner to Ragnvad from Sturgia, then that's it, you know. And if they die, you know, if they're eliminated in some way, then what are you supposed to do after that? You want to create your own faction? You can't really do anything about it, can you? So it is a little bit weird in that way. But I guess you don't have to give the Dragon Banner to anyone. But if you say to those two NPCs that you speak to later on in the Neretz's quest line, if you say to them, hey, you know, I'd like to support an existing faction, then they're going to give you that quest to support an existing faction, and then it's not going to be possible for you to create your own, you know, your own personal faction. So not entirely sure what's going on with that. Anyway, it seems like Peder has now been taken prisoner by Lantenor of the Southern Empire, which I'm definitely going to have to do something about, but he has just escaped. Now, do bear in mind that it is going to be kind of difficult for me to continue making money now, as you can see right here. The only thing keeping me afloat at the moment is literally my mercenary contract, which is pretty bad. I'm not entirely sure why those other guys got themselves killed, but they did say in the patch notes of the most recent update that... or one of the recent updates at least, that the caravans were going to be attacked more and more often. And we have Sophia. Fantastic. Okay, so Sophia can actually rejoin us, which is quite good. And I'm going to have a look here for any medics. So let's have a look. Yeah, they don't seem to have any medicinal skills. Is that no, that's scouting. Ooh, that's pretty good scouting, actually. Huh, we might want to make her our scout. What do you think? I think we could make her our scout. So let's take her and see what's going on. I was part of a clan that lived beyond the mountains to the south. We came under pressure from our neighbors who wanted to take our lush grazing grounds in the foothills. We were an ancient clan that valued its name, but in this generation we have been short of men, so I fought alongside my brothers. Indeed, I slew our enemy's champion in single combat. That stopped the pressure on our lands, but not the violence. We kept our grazing grounds, but my brothers and cousins found that when they mingled with other clans during the holy months of truce, that they were mocked. You let your women do your fighting. The insults were many, and they had no choice but to respond. One cousin was slain in a duel, one cousin killed his opponent, so we had 2 new blood feuds on our hands. I chose to leave home before it got any worse. Oh, an impossible situation, apparently. I find that I like to fight, and the pay is good. Alright, so yeah, sure, fine. 2,000, that is nothing for us, and she will join us, and she's going to be our scout, so I think that's pretty good. She's got 80 in scouting. I think we can't get any better than that. Maybe someone's got 100 somewhere, but I think that's pretty good. I still have 1 additional space for someone, so we're going to make her our scout, and Sophia, I'm not entirely sure what Sophia is actually good at. I mean, she's good at trade. I know that. She's very good at trade. She's good at steward. Her medicine is not exactly good, but she could level it up relatively fast. So we might just want to make her the surgeon. And Yana is the quartermaster, which might make sense, I suppose. Shall we make myself the engineer? I mean, wait a minute. I'm the surgeon. We don't even need someone. Do we? We don't even need someone. I've just completely forgotten about that. Alright, so we're just going to make no one the surgeon. We're going to make myself the surgeon. There we go. Alright, so hopefully they're going to all stick to that, because most of the time, yeah, as you can see, they don't tend to stick to the roles that I dish out to them, but, well, never mind. Anyway, that's going to be it for this episode. We got a new companion, which is going to be quite nice. A nice new scouting companion. Going to be able to see from very far away, and as you can see, we can actually now check out these tracks and things. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.